Minimalism does not equal cheap or desolate. Unlearn that. With that being said, here are 5 things I still purchase and indulge in as a practicer of minimalist habits. I will preface this by saying that quality is a centerpiece of my lifestyle as a so-called minimalist. I choose meaning and purpose over the quantity of items that I own. So let's jump right in. The first thing is quality clothing. Now, one thing I do not enjoy is shopping. To prevent having to buy new clothes so often, I choose to buy items that have great structure and will last long. Does that mean name brand? No, but I know I love silk, I love wool, I love linen, I love cotton. So whenever I am shopping for gaps in my wardrobe, which is typically the only time I find myself shopping for clothes, whether it's new or secondhand, I do carefully choose and I splurge on items with the material that I love and that's just made with durability in mind. Why? That means it'll last long and I won't have to replace it as frequently. That saves me time, it saves me money, and let's be honest, it saves me space in my wardrobe and it just helps me to get dressed and organized a lot faster in the morning. Speaking of time, the second thing that I splurge on is convenience. Money is an important resource, but time to me is even more important because you can always make more money, but you cannot renew your time. When it comes to anything that will make my life more convenient, if I can afford it, I do it. Most times I choose free or less expensive conveniences. For example, ordering online, Target pickup, curbside. It's less time in the store and there's no fee, so it didn't really cost me anything, but it did save me money. And it means I'm less likely to impulse buy in the store because, well, I shopped with intention and now someone is bringing that order to my cart as opposed to me aimlessly roaming around the store putting additional things in my cart. This is also true for my hair. I keep very few styling items at home. Going to get my hair done regularly prevents me from having to keep clutter and items for my hair in a cabinet somewhere. So it may cost me money, but it saves me space and peace of mind. It also saves me time in the long run because it's one less head to style. I do have kids and a husband who all like to get their hair done. Now, depending on your needs, this may be utilizing meal and grocery delivery services, investing in a cleaning service, or even hiring help for other aspects of your life. Now, I also pay a landscaper because I have no desire to cut grass, nor do I want to spend time figuring out how to store equipment, make sure that the gas and equipment is all functioning properly. Again, it does cost me money every month to have this service, but it saves me peace of mind, it saves me space, and it saves me time on figuring out how to maintenance these items. Now, I do have basic gardening tools, things that I need to plant my vegetables and spruce up my yard. But I'm saying I don't have all of this equipment because I have no intention to use it, nor do I want to store it. Choosing convenience can actually be very liberating, and it can help you to save space and time, although sometimes at the expense of costing money, but it is something that I splurge on as a so-called minimalist. The third thing I splurge on is furniture. Now, this is not to say that I'm always buying furniture. I'm just saying that I've learned to focus on quality rather than the price tag. I've also learned to stay away from those popular furniture stores that pretty much sell upwardly priced trash, for lack of better words. We've all purchased cheap furniture and then had to experience having to get it replaced after a short time. I quickly grew tired of that and I just decided to do things differently. Now, you can still save money doing this. And again, just like I do with my clothing, I always recommend that you shop secondhand. Estate sales, Facebook Marketplace, things like that. People are always getting rid of things that they just may not need anymore, but it doesn't mean anything's wrong with it. The perfect example of this is a table that I purchased from a couple. It was a few $100s. But this table had to be worth thousands of dollars. It was solid wood, it was stable, and it was perfect for my family. And quite honestly, it was worth way more than the table that I purchased for almost 8 times the price. And again, I will pay the price or go the extra mile to ensure that I'm getting quality because it saves me money in the future, and it also just saves me the time and energy of having to continually maintenance and replace things that are poorly built. The fourth thing that I splurge on are experiences and education for my children. Again, a little caveat, I am a homeschool parent, so experience is big for me. Experiences are actually a large part of our life, as I'm not really fond of spoiling my kids with material things so much as I am with continually to equip them culturally and creating adventures for them. I'm not saying that you can't create lasting memories by buying material things. I think you can do both. But being that I choose to live more minimally, I do prefer to not have to have too many toys or things that are physically all over my house. And I also believe that children learn more by what they see. So if they see me always giving them things, it may give them the intention or the idea that that's the only thing that really matters. So we do travel frequently, we take field trips, we go places. And this can also be cost effective because we don't take lavish vacations. Oftentimes we will opt for a road trip instead of buying so many plane tickets. We have opted for rural travel, exploring smaller towns where it may be more cost effective and fewer crowds where appropriate. As far as education, I am very hands-on. I do also equip my children with the things that they need as far as extracurriculars. Cheer, they're athletes, they do music, they explore a plethora of things. And I do believe that it's important for me to splurge on those things for them so that they can learn and they can feel supported as they continue to grow. They can participate in the things that they enjoy. So if I have to choose between tangible things or them having experience, I will always choose the latter. Of course, we purchase things for them, but I always opt for experiences over physical possessions. And again, we do splurge on these things, but we do so mindfully so that it is not something that's overbearing or super expensive. Now, something else that I splurge on, so to speak, is giving. No, I'm not a crazy check writer, but I do what is within my means. I think this is something that has changed my life and my heart posture as well. It's taught me a lot of gratitude. I'm not rich, nor do I have everything, but I do find that you can always find someone to help. Don't think large scale. When I want to give, I just think of something that is easy to do. If you think too large scale, you'll cop out and you'll feel like, oh, well, I don't have much to give, so I shouldn't give anything. Think of where you are and what you do have. If I have an extra $2, why not buy the homeless man outside the store a bag of chips and a soda? When my baby outgrows his clothes, why not find someone to give it to directly, then try selling the clothes or say giving it to a thrift store or Goodwill? Giving is a non-negotiable, and it keeps my heart full of humility. It keeps you in the spirit of serving others, and it's something that's very easy to do. Now, I know that these aren't the typical things you'd imagine when I say that I splurge on them, but they are important to me. Hopefully, these have made you understand that a minimal life is not about doing without, but instead about resourcefulness and meaning. See you in the next video.